Hope you are all having a wonderful weekend. We thank you for taking your time of the day to join us in this session. Obviously, you're aware of our ongoing Azure Administrator Study Series, so we do appreciate you taking the time of your day to really join us. So today's topic is going to be Azure administration, administering the Azure resources. If you missed that last week episode, we do have it on this YouTube channel. So do subscribe to the channel and take the chance to add it to your playlist. And you can also check the videos on the channel, which will include last week session as well. So if you do have any questions when we start this program, do well to put your question in the YouTube comment section so we can answer those questions for you. After the session, if you still want to ask questions, we do have you can reach out to us on Twitter. Also, on Twitter, it's Azure Nigeria, and we have a community as well, and our website as well. So I'll put a link to all these in the comment section, so you can easily reach out to us anytime that you want. And we encourage that you join the community, join the movement, because we're trying to install knowledge through constant delivery of these study series. So without any further ado, let me just present to you our speaker for today. He's no stranger. He's one of our prominent members. He's delivered multiple sessions. So I bet his face will not be any, not surprise to you. So we have our Honorable Raphael Gab Momo. He's a cloud engineer, a Microsoft MCT, and also a DevOps practitioner. So, Raphael, over to you now, sir.
Thank you, Sir Kofi.
You're welcome.
Everyone, I'd like to welcome you to this, to have you all. So we're going to be talking a little bit more about Azure and resources that are in Azure portal that can Azure join smoother. So if you've followed our dinner series that try to introduce Azure to you, in this one we'll go a little bit deeper. We'll take a look at the resources, how to do one or two tricks so that you get your Azure muscles up. So yeah, let's start. So I'm going to open my slide and we'll be talking from some. So hold on, give me a minute. Okay, so Coffee, my slide show now.
Yes, it's on the screen now, so we can see it live and clear.
Okay, good. I'm just going to continue. So, ladies and gentlemen, Azure. Okay, so I'd like you to know that every single thing in the Azure portal that you will use to solve a problem is an Azure resource. Okay, so if it is a virtual machine, anything in Azure that gives you a solution to what you want to do, an Azure resource. So today we're going to be talking about how to administer those resources. I know we only have 1 hour, so we're going to just focus on the most important ones that you need to get up and running. Okay, so hopefully I'll be able to clear your doubts in the next. So yes. Okay, so configuring Azure resources with tools. We go on. There is a very important aspect of this that I'd like to talk about, and it is resource template and the advantages. Now, if you know about Terraform, I know that you've heard about Terraform, because I know anytime we talk about DevOps in the community, everybody gets excited. So if you are romanced DevOps a little bit, definitely Terraform will not be strange to you. Okay? So Terraform is used for deploying infrastructure as code. So in Azure, what we use is ARM, okay? Azure Resource Manager templates. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about this before we move on. Okay, so one of the first advantages is that it will improve consistency and promote use. Why this? Okay, so let's assume that you work in a company company, and the company has 10 offices around the country. You and probably you are the head of the infrastructure team. You don't, and even if you are in Abuja, if they want to do anything in Lagos, they will still call you. You don't want to deploy in Abuja, go to Lagos and start afresh. Go to Kano and start afresh. So you want to use, you want to build a template, and you reuse. You want that, okay? Each office wants 10 virtual machines. So you want to build a template, use it in Abuja, use it in Lagos, use it in Port Harcourt. That's what this ARM resource template will do with regards to consistency and promoting of use, reuse. So you fresh. No? So I hope you understand that. Remember, I said that if you don't want to do things, you don't want to start afresh, you want to reuse in other places. So because you have configured, you have made a configuration and everything gets done automatically, it reduces the error of it reduces manual. You're not doing it manually anymore. You're not going to the console to go and be, you're not going to the portal to go and be clicking, on machine and clicking, manual work. You're not doing all that because you already have a template. And once you in the template, once you say it's 5 you want, it's 5 that gets deployed. So it removes error, it removes repetitive manual tasks because everything is done that template. Okay? Now it makes a complex deployment very simple. Okay, so you are doing everything using code. Okay, and it provides validation task. It's modular and can be linked. Okay, and it makes orchestration as simple as you can have it. So as you see from the screen, you can use it. You can use it for a development. You can use it for production stage, development stage, and even quality assurance. So let's quickly see what other surprises this module. Okay, interesting. Okay, so now, guys, the demo is because there's an upcoming session. I'll be talking heavily. I'll be writing heavily on this. So that's why I've actually removed the demo. But okay, I'd like to tell you that you see the schema. So the schema, so it defines all the resources that are in the deployment. Everything in the deployment would show, and you should always know that the language is JSON. JSON is key value pair. If you're confused about key value pair, what is key value pair? Okay. Let me give you a typical example of key and value pair. Okay, if someone asks you, what is your name? Okay, my name is a key. Okay, the value of that name is Raphael. Okay, okay, what is your sex? Sex is a key. The value is a male. Okay, location is a key. The value of that location is Abuja. For you, it might be Lagos, Port Harcourt, UK, or even Johannesburg. So JSON is written in key value. You see that on the right hand side, you see parameters. For example, parameters have the way you. So parameter is the key, and the value is is after the colon. You put it there. You permit. Okay. So each key is a string. You know what a string is? String is not 1, 2, 3. It's A, B, C, D. So you know what a string is. So each key, I talked about key value. So each is a string. So each value is a string. Okay, it can be a number, a boolean, or even value and object. I hope that you understand it up to this. So I'd like you to always remember that your schema has everything that will be in your deployment. Okay. Let's move. Yes, still talking about. So let's look at the JSON template parameter. So the parameter will specify which values are configurable when the template runs. When the template is running, can configure? Okay. So like I see from this, you see that parameter has admin username, okay, and the admin username is a string, okay. So it has a description, okay? Username for the VM, it has a password. The password is also a string and it has a description. So I want you to remember that parameter for template is the values that can be configurable when the template is running. So which value can be configurable? Okay, your password, your username, because you need to add them. So these two examples, the example one is the username. So I just explain it, and you can. So that's an example of a parameter. So let's move ahead. Okay, so another writing part of it. Okay, so consider Azure template. So Azure Bicep, okay, is actually okay that helps make everything in JSON easier. Okay, it's simply the syntax for writing templates. Make smaller modules that you can reference from the main file. Automatically dependency and Visual Studio Code extension will make validate it, and it clearly says. One thing I'd like you to know, Azure Bicep came to solve all the little problems with JSON. Okay, so they want to make using of Azure Resource Manager template much more in for Microsoft customers. That's why this Bicep. Okay, so it makes everything easy before. Okay, so let's move ahead. Okay, so at this very point, so I've just, what I just did. Okay, I just give you a little snack of what we're about to do. Okay, so we'll just go to Azure Portal. Okay, the model says we have a lab, so we'll go to Azure Portal. We'll create a resource group. Okay, so we'll put something inside it. I'm going to implement a resource log. Okay, so that you understand. Remember, the topic is administering Azure resources. Okay, so how do we work with the resources? That's what it's all about. Let's quickly go to Azure Portal. So I'm gonna open Azure Portal. I don't know if I'm sharing that part, but I'm going to share. Okay, so let me just hit. I think I need to switch to share. So I'm going to stop sharing this and share my Azure Portal. Just give me a minute. Azure Portal, where are you? Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, hopefully I'm sharing. Okay. So this is easy, guys. Don't. Okay, one thing I'd like you to know is that the more you play with the portal, the more confidence you get. Okay. So so the first thing we're going to do is to create a group. So let's create a resource group. So to create a resource group, all you just need to do is to search for the word resource group. So see, I've not even finished. Okay, let me type resource group. So if you type it fully, you'll see that the one that is grayed out, you see it has a gray, the one that is grayed out would always be the best suggestion. So I'm going to click on the resource group. So I have quite a number of resource groups here, but I'm just, for the purpose of this lesson, I'm just going to create a new one. Okay. God. Okay, I think we're having a problem here. My pass has expired. And that's going to be a little. Sakofi.
Yeah, Raphael, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we seems to be having issues with
Disable
the audio. So can you disable your video
camera.
feed to see if that will improve? Yeah, the camera. Yeah, let's see. Thanks.
Okay, so Sakofi, I'm even having a little issue. My Azure pass has expired.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I don't think
let's
I'm going to
see.
be able to continue with the demo at the moment. Maybe I'll just read from the slides first.
Okay. Yeah, you can read from the slides, and then what we can do is like when we get to the part where you want to do the demo, then I will share my screen, and then you can walk them through from my side.
Sure. Yes. Thank you. Please help me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to hold on, guys, please. A minute. So wait, I need to share again. So we were supposed to create a resource group, guys. This is not hard at all. Okay, so remember what a resource group. A resource group is the logical container that houses all your items in Azure. Okay, so I always give this example. Okay, every one of us, we all have a kitchen. You all have a bathroom. You see the room where Sakofi is delivering this lecture from. The room where I'm delivering my lecture from. Okay, so now let's do this. You cannot keep kitchen items in the bathroom. Never. You cannot go and buy a brand new pot or a brand new a teacup and keep it in the bathroom. No, you keep it in the kitchen. You know why? Because all kitchen items they stay in the kitchen. Okay, so that's what a resource group will do for you. You cannot buy a brand new TV. Okay, we are Nigerians. Okay, we keep TVs in the living room. Okay, so TV in the toilet. That's good for you. So what I'm just trying to say is that a resource group is a place where you keep similar items together for identification. So this exercise we are meant to create a resource group. Okay, we'll create a resource group, and in that resource group we add an item to it. Okay, then in that same resource group we'll create a rule, a lock rule. So you discover that because of that lock rule that I added to the resource group, anything in the resource group cannot be deleted. So the essence of this is to make sure that if you don't just accidentally just go into the company's cloud account and just go and delete resources. So
yeah, do you want me to share my screen so you can show them?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, I'm just going to bring that up now. Okay, just share my screen. Okay, so it's live on the screen now. All right, I'm just going to.
Okay, so
yeah, go ahead.
Search for resource bar.
Okay, so there you go. So select the resource group here, and I'll
create a new resource
click
group.
on create. Then I'll give it a name. What do you want me to give?
Up-to-date vibes.
So it's group, and then I'll have to select the region. So which region would you like us to put this in?
I think anyone is fine. Anyone is fine.
All right, so we will leave this one in the US, East US, and then we can proceed to tags, or we can just go ahead and review and create. All right, so I'll just leave the tag, and then validation went through fine. So we can proceed to create this resource group. And then after it's already done, group created. So we should be able to see the group.
So let's go ahead.
There you go. It's created. So here you go. Saturday Vibes RG resource group. So once we click on that, we can add resources by creating here.
Okay, so we're not going to add resources yet.
Okay, all right. So then I will
let's create a log.
All right. Shall I stop sharing or?
Sorry, continue sharing.
Okay.
So create a log.
Log. All right. So we have the log here. So if you click on log, we have the option to create a delete log or read only. So we just have to click add. And in here, the types are here, read only and delete.
So we want delete log.
Delete log to prevent anyone from accidentally deleting any resource from this group. So we can give this a name. I'll just make it sat log. And you can give a note just to remind yourself or anyone who want to use those resources to have that information when needed. Then we can click on OK. So now we have a log on this one here.
Okay, so at this point, let's add a resource to the resource. So okay. we can this according to the lesson we said we should add this.
Okay, so you want me to add a resource to this group, correct?
Yes, add it. Strong.
Okay.
Or storage account.
Storage account. Okay, so storage. All right. What we can do is, let me just click on OK on that. We can use the categories on that side, on the left side, or the easiest way is to, you can go directly to the storage account, and then we create a storage. Then we select our subscription, and then under the resource group, we select.
I'd like you to let me understand that we're selecting resource that we created and log.
Okay, sure. So it was Saturday. That's it right here. Saturday Vibe resource group. And let's give the storage a name. So I'll just make it sat so 0111. Make it quite unique. And the region, we keep it the same region. And for performance, we can leave it at the standard. And the redundancy, I'll leave it as the I'll just make it local redundancy so it doesn't replicate to other locations. And I'll just click on review. Okay, so the review went through successfully. I'm just going to create that resource into this resource group here. So it's initializing the creation of the resource. For storage, it shouldn't really take that long. So hopefully it should be done momentarily.
So guys, what we want to do is to see if the rule that we add resource group will apply to the account that we just created.
Okay, the resource has been successfully created. So we can, and as you can see, it's in that resource group. So we can easily go into that resource by clicking this option here. That takes us to the storage, but let's go to home and go into resource group page, and then go to Saturday Vibes resource group. And as you can see, we have the storage resource here. Right.
So let's try to delete it.
Absolutely. So I'll just select this resource, and then I'm looking for the delete option. It's not showing up here. So I'll click on these 3 horizontal arrows and I'll click delete. And then as you can see here, deletions of this server is not irreversible. So I'll just say, okay, yes. Now let's proceed to delete. Here you go. Executed deletion command on selected item failed. As you can see right there. So we are unable to delete this resource. And it gives a warning. As you can see, the warning is telling you the reason is there's a scope lock. Please remove the lock and try again.
So thank you very much, Mr. Kofi.
You're welcome.
What we're going to do again is let's try to remove the lock.
Okay, absolutely. So to remove the lock, I'll navigate back to the settings and then select the lock object. Oh, sorry. Let me just, the resource has been locked. One moment. I'll need to go back here. And then let me just. All right. So it's not showing up the lock. One moment. Let me just quickly refresh. There you go. So now the lock is showing up here. So I'm just going to remove it. Delete. Resource have no lock. So I'm just going to refresh it again. No lock. So I'll proceed to removing the storage resource again. So I'll select the storage resource. Shall I proceed to delete it again, Raphael? Raphael, can you hear me?
Oh yes, I can.
Okay, so I'll proceed.
Let's try to delete it, so I can understand.
Okay, sure. So I was
the storage account.
okay.
No matters of adding the lock to a resource.
Okay, so I'm just going to delete it now. So I'll select the storage account again, and then the 3 horizontal dots, and I'll click delete this time. So as always, you get a warning message that once you delete it, it's going to be permanent. So I'll proceed and say yes. And then click on the delete button here. So hopefully this time around, it should succeed because there's no lock on this resource. So as you can see here, the command executed successfully. And see there, success. So now that resource is no longer available.
So thank you very much, Mr. Kofi. We're going to proceed with the rest of the lecture. So hopefully you got a thing or two from that walkthrough. Okay, just give me a minute. My slide. How do I share my slide again? Trying to share. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is what we just did. Okay, we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, we saw how the portal is. Okay, how adding a lock to the resource group can make your items to be secure. Okay, so we've seen that, and you make sure that it makes sure that no one gives you the excuse. I mean, you have a team of 5 people. Okay, let me give you a real life scenario, a real life story. Something that happened in a company that I was consulting for. They hired this intern. Okay, this not in this NYC. Yeah, it's an intern. This NYC graduate into the department, and they were so careless as to not restrict his access. So this guy, he went and deleted a storage account that they've been using for the past 8 years. So you know how the volume of things in that storage account. So it was a big mess, and I was asked to and Microsoft has this policy. Okay, when you let me tell you what the guy did. He deleted the storage account, and he went to create another storage account, and he changed the new storage account. He gave the name of the old one, the new one. So it's actually difficult to when I wanted to, like, restore the issue, because he had changed the name of the previous one he deleted, so the new one he just created. So he could do to help as the external consultant. There was nothing I could do to help. The only people, and Microsoft has a rule. Okay, if you do that kind of thing, it's only Microsoft that can solve it. So we had to call Microsoft, and Microsoft had to intervene. It took quite a while before that problem was. So being careless in the cloud can really cost you a huge amount of trouble. Okay, I was not there to help with my years of experience, and you know, okay, let me call Microsoft, let me do this, let me do. I use my experience to help them resolve the issue. It took quite a while. It took quite a while. The number of the number of days, it took like the number of days before the problem was solved. So just imagine the things they could have been doing using the storage account I didn't do. So it's actually very good to add lock to your resources. Okay, so I hope that you got that clear, and I hope that this will stay with you for the rest of the journey. So let's move quickly ahead. Okay. So let's look at another very important and exciting aspect of the whole thing. So we just looked at the portal. We created some, and we did something with it. You saw how easy it was. So we cannot just only use the portal. So Microsoft has made it easy. You can use the portal, you can use CloudShare, you can use PowerShell and CLI. So you have options of you have different options, different ways to go about doing the same thing. So let's just compare. Let's just talk about the differences between each one of them before we move to the next activity. So with portal, you can view and manage resources. Everything is GUI. Okay, you can click, search for what you want. Click, it's easy. Okay, it's visually attractive. Okay, so it has a unified training hub and documentations. It has an app, it has access to CloudShell, and it's actually interesting. So I'm sure that a lot of you might have had one or two experiences with the portal. Then for CloudShell is interactive. Okay, and one thing I'd like you to know about CloudShell, everything there is ephemeral. Okay, it's temporary. If you're using something in CloudShell, don't think that when you shut down and come back, you see it there. No, the environment is ephemeral. Okay, and it comes out every 20 minutes. Okay, so CloudShell and PowerShell. Okay, so it will help you authenticate automatically. It will provide on per session basis per user. Okay, so let's take a look at the last one, Azure PowerShell and CLI. Okay, so they are command line programs. Okay, they're interactive, they're cross-platform. Okay, they are good for repeatable deployment, and we're going to be looking at one demo using either of them before we go off. So let's move quickly ahead. So I'm just going to talk about this. Some quick start templates, very, very interesting. Okay, if I open quick start template for you in the portal, you'll be so shocked at how fast you can create a virtual machine in quick start template. Okay? You can just with the snap of a finger. You know why? Because everything has already been configured for you. Okay, so you don't need to go and type in choosing virtual machine. No, everything has been configured for you. All you just need to add is just one of few things, and you're good to go. Okay, so their resource manager template is provided as your community. Okay, they are actually resource manager template. So if I want to create a virtual machine using quick start template, for example, okay, you will be shocked that it's already the username and the password I'm adding. Everything has already been customized. Okay. So provide everything you need to deploy a solution or serve as a starting point for your template. If you want to use it starting point as your template, that's when you need to do a little configuration. But if you just want to deploy straight, all you just need is your username and a password. So maybe we can take a quick look at this. Sakofi, can you show? Can you type on the screen deploy a custom template for
Yeah, absolutely. Let me reshare my screen. Okay, so what do you want me to type?
Deploy a custom template.
There you go.
Okay, click on it. Second, can you do Control Plus so that the screen is more bigger?
Okay, sure. Is it better?
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, so deploy custom template right here. You want me to click on that one?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So build your own.
This is going to pass. The templates that have been provided for you by Microsoft make it easy. Like I said inside, it can be the beginning of your customization, or it can be you can quickly use it to spin up results. So let's just quickly spin up Windows Virtual Machine.
This one or build your own. All right. So I'll go for.
No. We don't want to waste too much time. So let's
sure.
take one down.
Okay.
So guys, so scroll down a little bit. I want to see that everything has been pre-configured. Guys, can you look at the screen? Everything has been given to you. All you need to add is username and your password, and you've defined a virtual machine. So, can you give the username and password and just click
Yeah, sure.
Let's quickly see how.
All right. I'll place this one into the same resource group that we just created. One moment. I think my audio, the sound is an issue. So one moment. Okay, I think it'll be better now. Right. So I'll just select the same resource. Everything is all given. So I'll give it a name as AZ user and give it an admin password.
And that's it, guys. So easy. Get review and create.
Okay.
So I did a little experiment with this one. Trust me, I was able to deploy a virtual machine in less than 2 minutes. That was very fast. I selected my resource group, username, and the password. So that's what the slide. Let's just create it and so that we'll see.
Okay. So I'm going to click on create. So the deployment have initialized and it's submitting the deployment to the ARM template.
So, like Microsoft rightly said, it can be the beginning of your customization, okay, or and use it to be up and running in as fast as you want to go. So the reason why I said Sarkozy should deploy it, so you're going to see that everything that you typically have in a virtual machine are going to be here. Whether it's network security groups, everything it's already been deployed for you.
Okay. So deployment is successful. All right. So I'm just going to go into the resource group. And in there, we can see that it has deployed the VM plus all the related resources like network, public IP address, and this as well, the OS this as well.
Thank you very much, Kofi. So
You're welcome.
So we're going to continue with our slide. Just give me a minute. I think I might have jumped some part of the slide. So, okay, so let me continue sharing. Sharing my entire screen. Okay, hold on, give me a minute.
Okay.
Sharing. Okay, please. My sharing. Okay, so we looked at. We're supposed to do another lab. Okay, so we're going to create. We're going to open PowerShell. We're going to create a resource group. Okay, so we're going to use that. We're going to compare and manage this using. We're going to create something using that same PowerShell. So, sorry to disturb you. So we're supposed to do it a CLI and PowerShell. So let's go with PowerShell first. So Sophie, sorry, I'm going to give you all the commands that you use. Can you help us go back to Azure Portal so that
Yeah.
help us go back to Azure Portal so
Yeah,
that we can
absolutely. Let me go there.
I'm going to be trying all the commands we're going to use in the chat window or two. So let's. So we've created something using the portal. No, yes, you saw it. You saw how fast it was. You saw how interesting it was. Create. Oh, so you see. So now we want to create using PowerShell and CLI so that you can have a feel of how Microsoft gives you the option of doing things from all angles. But before then, I'd like you to realize that okay, Sakofi, have you already shown the things that the other commands created for us?
Have you sent a command over?
No, hold on. I mean the okay, let's create a group first. AZ group create
Okay.
that name.
All right. So to begin this, I'm going to get into the CLI or the command, the shell. So I can either click on this option here to bring up the shell. As you can see, it's connecting to the shell. So once it's connected to the shell, I will switch to PowerShell.
So AZ group create.
Okay, now we're in the shell. So since we're going to work with PowerShell, I'll switch to the PowerShell and then I'll confirm here. Now can now issue commands to this. So it's still authenticate here. So I got it here. So yeah, so you want me to create AZ group?
Let's create one of the first instructions group. So let's the essence of this is to be able to use the three options that Microsoft is giving. Okay, so you remember that we compared them in the slide. We compared CLI, and so the essence is to be able to use all the options to create something. So AZ group creates. Okay, dash name. Let's give it a name. So give it a name.
All right. So I'll give it a name as SAT to RG. But you want to create. You want to create. All right. So I think we need to define the resource group what we are creating. I'll put this at East US. AZ group create. All right. So
this should be able to create the group for us.
Okay, I'm just gonna press enter. All right. So let's see what is going on here.
Sorry.
All right, it has to be a verb first. So this command here.
Okay,
Let
sorry,
me write
this is actually
CLI command.
sorry, this is no, yeah, actually for CLI. Let's switch to CLI and deal with that first.
All right.
Sorry,
I'm
guys.
going to copy that one. Go to Bash. And I'll paste the command in there. So let's run a command here. AZ group create. One moment. Let me just find it real quick. Okay.
Hello, sir.
I think I know why. Yep. So I forgot I left a space here. There you go. So we should be able to be good. So now it has created the resource group. So the reason why I wasn't creating it before was because I forgot to leave a space in between the AZ and the group. So once I've done that, as you can see, the output, it has created a resource group by the name. As you see, successful, and we have the SAT2 resource group.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So, guys, I hope that you can relate to what just happened. We use the CLI to easily create a group. Initially, we wanted to use PowerShell. I'll still go back to PowerShell. Sakofi have sent you the command to create everything in a group. So let's switch back to PowerShell, and we're going to create a resource group. We're going to create a virtual network and everything that we need to do.
Okay, so back.
We're going to create a virtual machine resource group, and you try to have everything. So if we were to create let's treat power first. So we'll talk about virtual machine and all that. So the requirement according to what that we're looking at, we have to create a resource group first. So which is what we did.
Okay, so what I'll do is I will put in the command.
Okay.
Right. So I copy the command and paste it in because it's quite a long command with a series of parameters. So the first option is that it's creating a new VM. So that's what the verb is for, the new and then AZ VM. And then it's putting this into a specific resource group, which is my RGPS, right? And the specific VM name is my VMPS. The location is West US, and the virtual network name, the subnet name, because each resource, for example, if you create a virtual machine, you have to live in a network. So the network will be my VNet P5, and then within that network, you need a specific subnet. So it's going to live in this specific subnet, and your resource also need a security group, which will allow it access to other resources, either within the same network or outside the network. So we have attached this one to a security group, and it need a public IP address. So a public IP address will be issued to it when we press enter. Okay, so I'm just going to proceed. All right, so it asking me for a username, so I'll give it as a AZ user, and then the password. Okay, there seems to be an issue. Let's see what that is.
Should be with the password. For password, use pass. What's the message saying?
Yeah, so let's see. No size value has been provided. VM created with the default of that. Let me see. All right, so it's complaining about the location. No registered resource provider found for location this. All right, so I'm just going to go back into this, and let me see if I can change this one. One moment.
Use East US.
Yeah. One moment. Let me just copy this one into a notepad, and I will.
Oh, sorry, no, Sakori, sorry, my bad. I didn't write it completely. It's my error. Also, it's supposed to be West US. I only sent WUS.
Yeah,
So make it full West US.
yeah. I'm just going to recopy the command with the correct information, and then cancel out, create more spaces, and then I'll paste that in there. So I've adjusted this one to a region, the full name of the region, which is West US. So let's give this a go again. All right, so I'll give this one AZ user. There you go. So hopefully this time around it should create the resource successfully. The resource creation, meaning in grand scheme of things, really doesn't take that long. So here you go. It's all done. So now,
Thank you very much, Sakori.
you're welcome.
I'd like to say a few things before we continue. So, guys, we just created a virtual machine with resource group and everything using CLI. But there's one more interesting thing that I'd like to tell you about the CLI. So I'll go back to my slide and share a little bit before we move to the next item that we have on the agenda. Okay, so we can use, you remember that we just used Cloud Share. Okay, we went to the portal, most side, after the search bar, we clicked on Cloud Share. That was what brought the option for us to, we had the option of choosing between Bash and PowerShell, and we used PowerShell for this. Okay, so we had already used Bash for creating a resource group, and you saw it. We see that it is interactive, or the Cloud Share is interactive. Okay, browser based. It gives you both options. I already told you before that it's ephemeral, every 20 minutes. Okay? So I'd like you to see that this little thing that we did just now was possible because of modules. Okay, so I'd like you to show them the possibility with the number of modules that are installed inside PowerShell CMD. So let's just use the command get a hyphen modules so that they can see the number of modules that we have. So get
absolutely. So let's go back in here. Okay, so to do this, let's just type in get modules.
No, it's module, not modules.
Module with just one S.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Now let me just make it a bit bigger. There.
So you can see that you have, there's so many things that you can do, as you can see on the screen. So I don't want to stop here because, I don't want this discussion to stop here because I can see that I only have about 4 minutes to go. I want you guys to go back and, really take a look at all these things that we've talked about today. Okay, what are the things that I can do on the Azure portal? Okay, we've just seen that we can do with the normal portal. No, you can use your hand to just click, create a virtual machine, create a storage account, create a resource up to it to make sure people don't just go and mess up with your things. Then you have the cloud shell there for you. The cloud shell offers you the CLI and the PowerShell. And you can see that guys, you can see that it took less time to all these things. When Coffee added those commands, you saw that it just commands alone, we were able to get the virtual machine, we were able to get the resource group. There's a reason why I asked him to create only resource group in the using the other one. You saw that this one, everything at once, it brought out everything. So we see that actually it's actually easier to use this terminal, this shell to work. So I hope that you will continue to study. We're not ended yet. I hope that you continue to study. If you have any other questions, if you have questions in course of your study, the group is always there. I'm there. Coffee is there, and please always talk to us, and we'll be able to help you in your Azure journey. Okay. So before we go off, we still have a few more things to talk about. Okay, a very few, very few. Don't worry, very few. So yes, we this is what we just did. Don't worry, I'm not going to run it again. Okay, so notice to create team. Okay, the command new AZVM. If you remember AZ money, you should be able to remember AZVM now. So it's not too hard. But just make sure that because it's a new one you're creating, that new should be there. Okay, the new AZVM is the command to create a new virtual machine. But you need to specify other things, because you need to specify the resource group you're going to keep it in. You need to specify the name of the machine, the image, and all other parameters. So I hope that for CLI, okay. So I'm not going to, for CLI it's almost the same procedure as well. Okay. So the same way with the PowerShell, the same way we'll also use CLI to create. Okay. So assuming that we run this now, you will see how beautiful the results will get. Okay. CLI is cross-platform PowerShell. Okay, it runs on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Okay, it can be used interactively or through scripts. So the commands are structured in groups and subgroups and all others. So we've looked at quick start templates. Okay, so I think that we've just done this. And ladies and gentlemen, it's 4 o'clock. Does anyone have any question?
No, there's no questions so far. I think there were some issues with the audio, so people have been complaining. But it looks like even though you remove the video, it still seems to be having some audio. So we do apologize for all those glitches. But
wait, do they still have issues hearing me?
yeah, they said there were a few glitches in the audio. So we do sincerely apologize for those glitches. But if you have any questions, as always, you can definitely reach out to us on our LinkedIn group, or you can even reach out to us on Twitter or even our website as well. So I will just wait for a few minutes to see if there's any question that will come up. So, yes, Raphael, thank you for this wonderful session. I know the audio was a bit of an issue, but I believe that the message that you were showing people were quite straightforward, and I'm hoping that they definitely understood everything here. But like I said, any queries, you know how to reach out to us. So we are more than happy to assist in any sort of queries you might have.
Thank you too, Sophie, for helping out to have done it. Because I think I did so many things yesterday. I didn't know my password just be exhausted like that. So thank you for helping out.
No worries at all.
Azure.
Yeah.
Guys, we've come to the end. I'll leave the closing talk to Kofi.
Yeah. All right. Thank you once again for joining our session. And I hope you guys will join us again same time next week. We do have more coming in. So we are running through the AZ-104 whole kind of certification. So we do have a lot in tune, a lot obviously coming up in the pipeline. So kindly join us in the next session. And if you have not joined our meetup group already, or you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, this is the opportunity for you to do so, because we keep coming up with more knowledge to help you to grow in this cloud environments. All right, so thank you for joining us. So I've got a question coming up. Say, can we have access to the lab's scenarios? So yeah, so I'll throw that to Sir Raphael. Raphael, we got a question from Emmanuel. Emmanuel want to know if he can get access to the labs and also the slides.
Okay, so what I will do, I'll send the link to the community so that they can access from there.
All right, thank you. So it will be available on our community LinkedIn profile. So if you join a group, Emmanuel, you should be able to get those slides and also the lab scenarios as well. So once again, thank you all for taking the time to join us for today's session. I hope you see you again next week. So have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.